book of Revelation in the Bible contains some of the most vivid and dramatic imagery found in all of Scripture. It describes a cosmic battle between good and evil, angels and demons, and the eventual triumph of God over the forces of darkness. At the heart of this apocalyptic vision is the figure of a powerful angel who plays a crucial role in the downfall of Satan. This mysterious being is often referred to as God's dark angel, and is charged with imprisoning the devil for a period of 1,000 years. But who exactly is this dark angel, and what is the significance of this 1,000-year imprisonment of Satan? To understand the meaning and importance of this biblical event, we must delve deep into the pages of Revelation and uncover the hidden details about this enigmatic angelic figure. Join me as we explore the story of God's dark angel and their pivotal role in the cosmic battle for the fate of humanity. The account of the dark angel and Satan's imprisonment is found in the 20th chapter of the book of Revelation. This section comes near the climax of John's apocalyptic vision, which he received while exiled on the island of Patmos. In this dramatic passage, John describes seeing a powerful angel descend from heaven, seize the devil, and bind him for 1,000 years. Then I saw an angel coming down from heaven, holding in his hand the key to the bottomless pit and a great chain. And he seized the dragon, that ancient serpent, who is the devil and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years, and threw him into the pit, and shut it and sealed it over him, so that he might not deceive the nations any longer, until the 1,000 years were ended. After that he must be released for a little while. Revelation 20 verses 1 to 3. This passage is rich with vivid imagery and symbolic language. We see this powerful angel coming down from heaven, armed with the key to the bottomless pit and a great chain. The angel then apprehends the dragon, an ancient title for Satan, and binds him for 1,000 years, throwing him into the pit and sealing it shut. So who exactly is this mysterious angel, and why has God entrusted them with this critical task? To understand their role, we need to delve deeper into the biblical context and symbolism. The angel described in this passage is not named, but many biblical scholars believe it is a reference to the archangel Michael. Michael is one of the most prominent and powerful angelic figures in the entire Bible, and is particularly associated with the battle against Satan and the forces of evil. In the book of Daniel, Michael is described as the great prince who has charge of your people. Daniel 12 verse 1, he is portrayed as a mighty warrior angel who fights to protect God's people from the attacks of the devil. Later, in the book of Revelation, Michael and his angels are said to wage war against the dragon, Satan, and his demonic forces, ultimately casting them out of heaven. Revelation 12 verses 7 to 9. Given Michael's role as the chief angelic warrior and defender against Satan, it makes sense that he would be the one entrusted with the task of imprisoning the devil for 1,000 years. This dark angel is likely a reference to Michael's fierce and unwavering commitment to vanquishing the forces of evil, even if it requires the use of overwhelming power and divine judgment. The imagery of Michael wielding the key to the bottomless pit and a great chain is also quite significant. The bottomless pit is a common biblical metaphor for the realm of the dead, the underworld, or the abode of demons. By holding the key to this pit, the dark angel demonstrates their authority over the demonic realm and their ability to restrict the movements and influence of Satan himself. The great chain is also a symbolic representation of God's power to restrain and confine evil. Just as a physical chain binds and restricts the movements of a prisoner, this spiritual chain serves to limit Satan's ability to roam the earth and tempt humanity. Through the wielding of this chain, the dark angel is able to imprison the devil and prevent him from deceiving the nations any longer. But why does God choose to imprison Satan for a specific period of 1,000 years? What is the significance of this time frame, and how does it fit into the larger biblical narrative? The number 1,000 in the Bible is often used to symbolize completeness, perfection, or the fullness of God's kingdom. It represents a long, but finite, period of time, not an eternal state. In the book of Psalms, for example, we read, "For 1,000 years in your sight are but as yesterday when it is past, or as a watch in the night." Psalm 90 verse 4. In the context of Revelation 20, this 1,000-year period represents a specific era in which Satan's power and influence is drastically curtailed. It marks a pivotal moment in the cosmic battle between good and evil, as the forces of darkness are temporarily restrained, allowing for a time of relative peace and the advancement of God's kingdom on earth. Many biblical scholars interpret this 1,000-year period as a symbolic millennium, a golden age of righteousness, justice, and the reign of Christ on earth. During this time, Satan will be powerless to tempt or deceive humanity, paving the way for the ultimate triumph of God's plan for salvation. However, it's important to note that this 1,000-year imprisonment is not eternal. The text states that after the 1,000 years are ended, Satan must be released for a little while. Revelation 20 verse 3, this suggests that the dark angel's victory over the devil is not the final, decisive blow. There is still a future battle to be fought, as Satan will once again be unleashed to wreak havoc before being definitively defeated. The significance of the dark angel's role in imprisoning Satan for 1,000 years cannot be overstated. This powerful angelic figure, identified by many as the Archangel Michael, represents God's ultimate authority and sovereignty over the forces of evil. By seizing the devil, binding him with a great chain, and casting him into the bottomless pit, the dark angel demonstrates the reality of God's triumph over sin and the devil's schemes. This act of divine judgment and restraint is a powerful symbol of God's ability to control and contain the chaos and destruction that Satan brings. Moreover, the 1,000-year imprisonment of Satan serves as a tangible representation of the coming millennium, a time of peace, righteousness, and the advancement of God's kingdom on earth. During this period, the dark angel's actions will pave the way for a flourishing of God's redemptive plan, as humanity is freed from the deceptive influence of the devil. However, this victory is not permanent. The text makes clear that Satan will eventually be released for a little while, indicating that the cosmic battle is not yet over. There is still a future confrontation to be had, as the forces of evil make one final, desperate attempt to overthrow God's reign. In this sense, the dark angel's role is not just about securing a temporary victory, but about setting the stage for the ultimate and eternal defeat of Satan. By restraining the devil for a defined period of time, the dark angel enables the further unfolding of God's plan, leading humanity ever closer to the final, decisive triumph of good over evil. The story of the dark angel who imprisoned Satan for 1,000 years is a powerful and profound part of the biblical narrative. This enigmatic angelic figure, most likely a reference to the Archangel Michael, represents God's unwavering commitment to vanquishing the forces of darkness and establishing his eternal kingdom. Through the dark angel's wielding of the key to the bottomless pit and the great chain, we see a vivid display of divine authority and judgment. Satan, the ancient serpent and dragon, is dramatically restrained and confined, stripped of his ability to deceive the nations and wreak havoc on the earth. This 1,000-year imprisonment marks a critical juncture in the cosmic battle, serving as a symbolic millennium, a golden age of righteousness and the advancement of God's redemptive plan. During this time, humanity will be freed from the deceptive influence of the devil, allowing for the flourishing of God's kingdom. Yet, the story does not end there. The text makes clear that Satan will eventually be released for a little while, indicating that the final, decisive confrontation is still to come. The dark angel's victory, while significant, is not the ultimate and eternal defeat of evil. It is merely a precursor to the climactic battle that will determine the fate of the world. As we reflect on this powerful biblical narrative, we are reminded of the reality of the spiritual realm, the ongoing conflict between good and evil, and the assurance of God's ultimate triumph. The dark angel's role in imprisoning Satan serves as a powerful symbol of God's sovereignty, justice, and commitment to redeeming his creation. It is a story that continues to inspire and challenge us, even to this day.